Let's see. Oh, okay. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. We gather today on the unceded lands of the Muskogee Nation of Florida. We are grateful for the land. We are a religious community united by UU principles and committed to service, spiritual growth, and caring fellowship. If you are visiting, you've discovered a community of friendly, mostly friendly, yes, and fallible, generally, humans who welcome you here. All of us were visitors and strangers once. We were, one time, strangers. We found friends and opportunities for spiritual and justice work here. My name is Amy, and I will be one of the service leaders this morning, along with some of the friends that I've met here. Announcements are listed in the order of service. Do we have any that missed the order of service that need to be announced? I think we're good. So today is what we call an intergenerational service, although there's not too many of the children here. But that means that the children stay with us for the whole service and don't go off to their class. So when because they let me be the service leader, which I don't know why they let me do this, for the intergenerational services, we kind of mix things up. So I'm the service leader, and Sarah, our director of religious exploration, is also a service leader, and Claire is going to help a lot, and some other people are going to run up here and do some stuff. So just, we mix it up a little bit. And now the prelude prepares us for the service. Okay, and Samuel is going to light our chalice this morning. And if I could get Claire and Holly and Sarah, and we're all going to read this reading sequentially. You want to start?
Sure. On this day, as with so many Sundays, we come in from the whirling world, the wind, the bright sun, the push and pull of tides and time, from the tumult of global news and local stories, the do this now culture that we live in.
We come into the sanctuary from that windstorm, the rush of speeding drivers on the roadways, the rustling silence that fills some of our homes.
All of this can leave us feeling stirred and unsettled. We need places where we can come and find our grounding once again.
Come in from the wind, come in from the whirl. May this be a place where we can experience genuine stillness, even just for a few minutes. May this be a place that we can count on. May this be a place of learning, of nourishment, a community that generates new zest in us.
Come, let us worship together.
You want to say the hymn? So Claire's going to ask you to stand, but I want to tell you about this hymn. Also, I did actually practice some this week, but this hymn I absolutely love, and I have no idea if it has anything to do with what we're doing today. But we don't do it very often, and it was written by the Reverend Fred Small, a UU minister, and it's one of my very favorites in the whole book.
Please stand in body or in spirit to join in singing hymn number 1019 in the Teal hymnal, Everything Possible.
And it just starts, there's no introduction. So this is actually a really good Unitarian hymn. The words are great. You don't have to sing. Um, I heard it for the first time. Okay, it's through a gay couple, friends of mine, two women, adopted a daughter in Alabama. Almost, well, she's in high school now, the little girl. And they managed to get around all that adoption stuff. And when she was born, when they brought her home as an infant, I had the chorus of that song done in calligraphy on a thing and framed and hung on her wall because I was so excited. So it's very special to me, but it is a little bit harder to sing than some of the hymns. So that's okay if you didn't sing, if you just read the words, that was good. You're going to do the joys and concerns?
You are invited to briefly share events in your life so we may support and celebrate together. Please do not share others' personal information without their permission.
Okay, now it's time for a time of meditation. The meditation that I'm going to read is It's what's on my T-shirt. The T-shirt is from the Tai Chi Society, the Taoist practice. It's really important to me. This T-shirt is from a year of the rabbit a very long time ago, so I think it's 1999 when I got the T-shirt. But I love the meditation on it, so I thought I would share it. And after I read this, we'll have a few moments of silence. Be like the wind, sing gentle breezes when you must speak. Be strong only when faced with a storm. Be silent and still often. Flow like the water. Go gently wherever life's river takes you. Follow the path of least resistance. Merge with the all like drops in an ocean. Learn from the earth. Draw chi from our mother, the earth. Stand strong and be firmly rooted. Walk softly like the rabbit and leave only gentle footprints in the snow.
After our song of dedication, greeters will take up the offering. Generosity is a spiritual practice. Our fellowship is supported by our pledges and donations. If you are paying your pledge with a check today, please make a note in the memo line. We also have a tradition where we call Share the Plate, where we split equally all cash donations and checks not marked as pledges with a local charity. For the month of July, our Share the Plate partner is Irreverent Warriors.
So today is our annual T-shirt Sunday. So a couple weeks ago, I was thinking about this service, and it was a really rainy afternoon. And I don't know what you guys do on a rainy afternoon, but the cat and I watch documentaries, and sometimes they're a little strange. And I was watching a documentary about Roman Britain, which is, I mean, don't you all do that? Like Roman Britain on, a rainy afternoon. Well, what they did as part of this documentary was go through the whole toga thing. Like, what is a toga and what does it mean? And it really has a history, and it changed over the years that men wore togas. But generally, it actually showed your status and what you were in the society, in Roman society. So first of all, it wasn't just like a bed sheet, like what we do, It was a really, really huge, heavy piece of fabric. A lot of times it was wool. And it was folded in a very particular way. And basically you had to have help, which meant that you were wealthy, so you had a servant to help you do this, or a slave, because you couldn't do it by yourself. And I don't know if you noticed, but in like statues and pictures of men wearing a toga, their left arm is always like bent across the middle. Okay, they weren't just standing there to attention. They were actually holding up that really heavy piece of fabric, and they couldn't do anything with their left arm. It had to just be there and hold up the fabric, which again meant that you didn't have to do any work, that you were a high status person. So most of the togas were like, well, they say they were white, but they weren't really white. They were like a creamy kind of color. And if they took the toga and really bleached it white, that's where that's what political candidates wore, and that's how you knew who they were, because they would wear these really white togas. And this is not a disease, Gil. The word candida in Latin means white. That's where we get the word candidate. They wore white togas. And there were also ones with different stripes and different colors. The priests wore different things, and it was all an indication of what you did and your status. So today we're wearing our T-shirts to try to indicate something about ourselves. And of course, most of the time we use words, not the way the fabric is striped. So we're going to give everybody a chance to come up and say something about their T-shirts. Just if you are wearing something that's partisan, I ask that you just say, I love this T-shirt, and not say anything out loud about, because we can read what it says. So just for a quickie, who's wearing a okay. Like from your college days. Yeah, see, somebody is. How about sports? So, how about like your career, like a military thing? So we have a few. So we're going to let you all get up and tell us about your things. You've already met my T-shirt. It's a meditation. Sarah's going to tell you a little bit about hers, and then we'll just let people come up and say something about your shirt. Okay, so here's Sarah.
So, I literally just remembered. I literally just remembered I follow this art history page that goes over different colors and how they're made, and the one I watched yesterday actually went over this really rare purple that's made by like fermenting. Yeah. It's like made by fermenting snails, and you put like garlic and other gross things on it to make this purple. And it smells really bad, but apparently the Roman emperor was like, sick, I want to wear it. And so basically he was the only one allowed to wear it, and apparently Caligula actually had someone like assassinated because they wore the purple. But I just remember that, so I was like, oh. Anyway, so as you might have guessed, I am not wearing a t-shirt for T-shirt Sunday, and that is because pretty much all of my t-shirts are black, or what I take from my husband, because he wears comfy t-shirts. Anyway, but what I am wearing is this cool jumpsuit that I got, actually, okay, it's on. I like to move around. Anyway, it's this jumpsuit that I got from this sustainable company and it's all cotton. And basically, I saw a bunch of artists that wore jumpsuits, and then taking a quote from Mean Girls, I saw them wearing a jumpsuit, so I got a jumpsuit. I'm also wearing the apron that I usually wear whenever I do like murals and stuff like that. But one thing that I want to touch on, we've kind of talked about identity and interests, but I think style is a way that we express self-love. When you think about it, and when I think about it, I think about the movie Devil Wears Prada. And if you haven't seen that movie, it's like this early 2000s movie where this chick gets like this job working at a magazine. Even better. But anyway, the director of the magazine is supposed to be representative of the person who runs Vogue, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a quote where they're picking out belts, and the chick scoffs at like what they're doing, and the director pretty much roasts her on why style is important. And throughout the movie, she kind of gains confidence in her career and self-respect and stuff, and then she's kind of in turn develops her style. Anyway, I think, whether we use our clothing to, highlight aspects of our body, colors, who we are, our gender, what we do, I think whenever we kind of really pull into our confidence and who we are, it really reflects in what we wear. And I would encourage you to not wait on whether or not you get to a certain point, and just own it and see where that can take you. I think it's good.
Yeah, if anybody uses that mic, don't touch it too much. Okay, so now it's time. Is there anybody who would like to come up? We have a microphone over here, and we have a microphone over there. Come up and tell us about your yeah, come on.
I'm kind of tall. Hi, I'm Jay. I am wearing a tank top today. I didn't get the assignment ahead of time, so I didn't know I was supposed to wear a t-shirt. But it is one of my favorite shirts ever. My mom got it for me. She liked Zelda. She used to play Super Nintendo with me when I was little. We played video games a lot, and so I've always liked gaming. I want to become a streamer, so that's one of my dreams, so I can work from home. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
We're having some microphone adjustments here.
As you can tell, I'm not wearing a t-shirt either, but I do have this one t-shirt that I love. I would have worn it today if I remembered that it was T-shirt Sunday. But so I went to a concert for the first time from my favorite music artist. It was for my birthday a few months early, but it's okay. And I convinced my mom to let me get a souvenir, so I picked out a t-shirt. And I love it. It's really comfortable, and I like the art on it and everything like that. But I didn't wear it, so. Which band is it? What's it look like? So it's sort of like whitish creamish, and it has like one of the characters that the artist has from like her music videos and stuff like that on the front, and then it lists all the places that she is doing her concert on the back. And to answer your question, wait, what was your question again? I'm sorry. Oh, Melanie Martinez.
also going to adjust this so nobody has to step up. I feel like that's also an issue. While I'm here, I'll tell y'all about my t-shirt. I honestly forgot that it was T-shirt Sunday, but I wear a Star Wars t-shirt every Sunday that I'm here. If you guys don't know, when Ruth hired me, she hired me because of my resume, and my resume starts out with, I couldn't be a Jedi Knight, so please hire me, basically. So, yeah, but Star Wars has always been, I like a lot of different things, like video games and stuff like that, but Star Wars has always been really big to me because it's something that I watched growing up with my dad, and my dad and I are very close, and we're just one of those families where my dad and I had a rocky childhood, and he's grown up, and we've grown together, and he's gotten a lot better, and he's just, he's a really cool guy, and I love him, and Star Wars is always just going to be a staple in our whole entire family. Everyone in our family has this exact t-shirt, so it's one of my favorites, but yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris. Following the trend, we too did not know it was T-shirt Sunday. However, I love vibrant colors, which is why I chose this particular T-shirt. And what I like so much about it, the reason I got it in the first place is because it reflects my Tao appreciation for yin and yang balance. And see how it goes around? I like the way it reflects for me bright times and gloomy times, and that there's always brightness in the gloom, and there's always time for reflection and contemplation wherever we are in life. Here's Robert.
I didn't wear a t-shirt either, but that says a lot about me. I didn't get the word. But I am wearing aspirational pants. I used to run marathons, and my knee broke down, and I had to stop. And then I didn't control my weight, and I got close. I was up 270, and decided I had to do something about that. And when I went on my diet, my wife bought me these pants. Must have been 30 years ago. They were like, they would only go this far, and didn't come close to fitting. But today's the first day I've been able to wear these. And I've always thought of them as my aspirational trousers.
I'm just gonna move us a little bit back so that if anybody wants to stand up higher, so we can actually see the shirts. Cause is it okay? I know. Well, okay. All right, thank you. So this is a T-shirt when our kids were in elementary school, they'd have field day, and they would have, all the classes would compete with one another, and the teachers would make their own individual shirts for field day for their classes. And so this was one of the shirts that one of the kids' teachers wore. This is Mrs. Berry's Berries. And I saved all these shirts. I'd always buy a T-shirt for me to wear to go out and support the kids during field day. And I have like a box full of these shirts. I have enough T-shirts to wear for the next 20 T-shirt Sundays. I'm really excited about that. So get used to it. This was one of our favorite teachers, though. She was an amazing teacher.
It works. I'm wearing a sweatshirt because I couldn't find my Demon Slayer t-shirt, but I am wearing a t-shirt. It's ramen t-shirt. Because I'm literally obsessed with anime in Japan. If you couldn't tell, I have Demon Slayer Crocs, wearing Demon Slayer. So, yeah, I like Japan. I actually learned some Japanese, so can I introduce myself in Japanese? Okay. Hayao gozaimasu, watashi wa Naomi desu. Oh my gosh. Kimetsu no Yaiba ga suki desu. I said, good morning, I'm Naomi, and I like Demon Slayer.
Amy's going to get her workout too.
Okay, hi, I'm Stacy. So I express myself a lot through my t-shirts and my tattoos. I found out a long time ago that it's really easy to filter people in this area by my tattoos and my t-shirts. If they have anything negative to say or they give me those kind of looks, good, thanks. I'm not investing. So it's really made it easier, and I get to express myself, which I do anyway. But so this one is, I don't think it's political. Maybe, forgive me if it is. It says, "We will dance on the grave of the patriarchy and drink the bitter tears of mediocre men."
That's fine. It doesn't mention
Okay.
any names. That's a mantra.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
One of the biggest things we try to teach our kids, hopefully it's one of the life lessons they'll take, is never accept mediocrity. You are not good enough until you are no longer mediocre.
Well, I found that the older I got, there were more and more things that I couldn't do. I couldn't be in plays because I couldn't remember things. I can't always read the books I want to read because I can't see them. I can't drive. But one of the things that I can still do, and this t-shirt tells me, you're never too old to play in the dirt.
Yes, well, I have actually quite a,
Get up to the mic so they can hear you.
well, I actually have quite a collection. And the reason I come here is so that I do have an excuse to wear something with actual buttons. So to decide today, actually my number one thing in life is nature. And this also celebrates my hometown of Decatur, Illinois, and we have a fabulous zoo there if you're ever going to central Illinois. And the thing about zoos is there's some pretty bad ones out there, but there are a few good ones. And I think it's great when people can take care of their animals. And I also think it's great as a soldier that my attitude was maybe a little different, but I think that was the makeup of being in the United States Army and being part of the post-Vietnam era and fighting the Cold War, in that I really did believe that I was fighting on the side of all Americans, including the Native Americans, in fighting terrorism. So, yeah, that's a special date too.
Hi, I'm Linda, and I found this t-shirt. I said, well, I've got to go this Sunday and wear it. But anyway, those that know me know that I really enjoy my glass of wine, and I love my friends, especially the ones at UU.
See you Thursday night. Thursday night. Good one.
For anyone that doesn't get the t-shirt, see me later. I do want to take the opportunity, though, to tell people how important it is to vote. If you're not registered, register. They changed the rules on absentee voting. Go online and make sure you're still on the rolls, because you can fall off, and make sure that if you want to vote absentee, that you, in fact, check the little box that says you want a ballot. For people who don't think it matters, Clinton lost, 3 states by a total of 1,500? That allowed Trump to put 3 conservative justices on the Supreme Court. Voting mattered. This year, the race right now is tied. Voting mattered. Every single vote makes a difference. Please vote.
Good morning. I'm Holly. I did indeed remember it was T-shirt Sunday, but I'm really angsty, so it felt like a lot of pressure to choose just one T-shirt. So I did a little rewind of my mind and realized this is what I've been wearing since I was 12, some iteration of this. Being the new girl, it was like really good camouflage, because if somebody was gonna say, have you seen what the new girl's wearing? Right? And the little black dress, that's always felt like a really big nuisance to me, because have you ever tried to climb a tree in a little black dress? I don't recommend it. I did try to be a white t-shirt girl for a while, a lot, like too much pressure. You have to worry about getting dirty all day long. Like, you can't live in a white t-shirt. So the black t-shirt is my yes, and then I just get to create all the rest.
You want to come? Go. Go. You can go.
You're already up there. It's okay, I'll go after you.
My name is Doria. I got this t-shirt when I used to work at a gallery called Full Circle Gallery. Full Circle Gallery. It doesn't exist anymore. She still does it at her home, but I think Anchor Screen Printing had some of these t-shirts, and it says, end mass production by handmade. And I think that's just like a really great thing to remember when you're out shopping. If you see something that's handmade, please try and buy it. You know, there's just so much mass production of things from China, and just, anyway, it's a simple message. Thanks.
Okay, so this one, it's, I did not know it was T-shirt Sunday. It's the first time I've ever been on trend. But it's just a big alien head, and it says, "Why don't you believe?" I love aliens. I think I've always kind of felt like one, but as I've gotten older, I don't think that we're alone in this universe. I know they may not look like this, but I know there's something else out there living outside of Earth, and it makes me feel a little bit less alone, much like when I come here.
Okay, we're getting to the end, so whoever needs to speak needs
I
to
will be
get up
very.
here.
I'll be very quick. This is a shirt from 1987, which is a shirt that I got when I was involved with the National Organization for Women working on the Equal Rights Amendment. That is not a partisan issue. It's also not an amendment yet, but one day.
In a long time ago, in the corner of a galaxy, there was a sun, and then there was a planet. And in that planet, there was something that was very special. And then, but I need help to try and remember what they said. Could you help me up here? You? Yes. These people. This is what all the children said in this place.
Eyes that see, hearts that love, and hands that are willing to serve.
Okay, we got like 2 more minutes.
I'm Kathy, and mine is not political. It's for the rights of women. Thank you.
Space.
I love t-shirts. I collect them like hats. If you can't read them, it says, "Your beliefs don't make you a better person, your behavior does." And I'm a firm believer in behavior. Words are just words.
This is Fair Acres Farm, which still exists in Iowa. That's where I was born and raised and taught to love the earth and take care of it.
And this is the barn and the house and the windmill. And I don't know what else is there. So, happy Fair Acres.
Hello, my name is Mike. My first time here, but this is Boggy Bayou early picnic. The 100th year they had this year of having the earlies gather at Fred Gannon Park. I joined them when I married my wife 42 years ago, and I've been going ever since. But it's old family here in Valparaiso. Her daddy was mayor of Valparaiso for a while. So anyway, I'm glad to be here with you all.
Yeah, you better run.
I know, she's going to cut me off. I wear this shirt because it tickles me, as my grandmother would say. It says, the answer may not be at the beach, but we should at least check. And I kind of like its flippant attitude that people get into such angst searching for answers, and, you know, they're just kind of everywhere.
If you guys are coming, you got to get up here now. We're already past. Wait.
Okay, as you can see, I'm wearing the shirt. I don't know what it says. Judy assured me it wasn't political. And this is it.
So I got up and then sat down, and Gil said, no, you got to go up and tell them. I grabbed the wrong shirt. It wasn't, but it was purple. One thing that brings me great joy and peace is swimming in open water. It was a T-shirt from a beautiful state park in Tennessee, Cummins Falls, and you do this little hike and you get to a waterfall, and there's a big pool where the waterfall is. And I just love doing things like that. I can do that for about a half hour, and I'm happy the rest of the day.
I also grabbed the wrong shirt, but the shirts have similar themes. The shirt that I intended to wear and this one both reflect my love of the outdoors and wanting to care for the environment and the beauty that you can find in unexpected places as well.
Okay, so that was really good. So now we know more about each other, right? So, like I said, when, you know, I get to like mess with the order of things in the service. So we're not going to have a closing hymn. We're going to have some fun with the postlude. So first we're going to extinguish the chalice, and I need like 3 other people with me to read parts. If I can get some of my folks, you folks. You can extinguish the chalice, and Claire and Naomi, you want to read a piece of this? And we're going to extinguish the chalice, and then we'll explain the postlude to you, because it's the audience participation.
From arrogance, pompousness, and thinking ourselves more important than we are, may some saving sense of humor liberate us. Ridicule the faith of others, may we be forgiven.
From making war and calling it peace, special privilege and calling it justice, indifference and calling it progress, may we be cured.
For telling ourselves and others that evil is inevitable, while good is impossible, may we stand corrected.
Creator of our mixed up, tragic, aspiring, doubting, and insurgent lives, help us to be as good as in our hearts we have always wanted to be. So I don't know if a slide was made for the postlude. If not, we're just going to learn it. So we're going to do then the kids have done this, but there's not so many kids here today. So we're going to do like a drum circle and a chant. And I have various instruments up here. So if I could get you guys, and Samuel, you can pick one. Walking though, remember? These are other people's drums. And hand things out into the audience. Whoever wants something. We have drums, we have rain stick, we have rattles, we have tambourines. Not now. We don't do it yet. Remember? And I need, okay, we still got a couple of drums up here, and we got a couple of rattles and bells and things. Okay. So this is how we do it. And the kids can do this, so I know that the grown-ups can do it. Right? So this is a chant. If we don't have the words up there, we have the words here. Tall person. Oh, okay. There. Yeah, hold up sign. Short people like me, so when I need a tall person, I just call out tall person, and they show up. See, it's amazing. So Samuel. So this is how we do it. So first we try the drums. So, I am the heartbeat. And then who comes in next? And then you don't have to do what I'm doing, you can do. When the heartbeat stops, we all, oh man, that was great. Look at that. Okay. There's 3 lines in this chant. So the first one, I'll do the first one. We'll do the first one a few times. So you just have to put up, because we're not playing the piano and it's just me chanting. So you just have to put up with my voice, that's all. So first it goes. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Got that? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Okay, you got that. The next one just goes, where do we come from? 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 And the last one was actually the kids' favorite. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and. Okay, now what we do is, I'm gonna start the drum, the heartbeat, and then you guys come in, and then I'll start. We'll do each line twice, okay? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery. Life is a riddle and a mystery. Now, actually, they all take the same amount of. So, away from the microphone, we'll get the drums started, and you just sing whichever one of the 3 lines you like, okay? And I'm going to back away from the mic so you can't hear what I'm saying, okay? We ready? So pick out your line. Get the drums started. That is our cooperative postlude. If you have an instrument, please bring them up here and leave them, because some of them are mine and some of them are Cal's who couldn't be with us today, and some of them, a couple of them are from the RE room. And then enjoy coffee and food and whatever else is back there. Thank you.
That's pretty good. Do you want it on here?
It goes in there.